Welcome to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII Part 124! In the last episode, we collected enough black orbs to continue. And don't stop and read. We already know what's going on with that. Anyway, now you'll have to run around, literally, and find these altars of night. You pretty much have to read the inscription in order for you to even put a black orb into the altar of night. You have one for each of them. You honestly can't proceed without it. Excuse me. Yeah, we're basically gonna have to go into areas and come out because the two aren't as easy to access as the other one is. Oh, and keep in mind, once you do this and beat the boss, black crystals will no longer appear in this area. Meaning the only way you'll get black orbs, not black crystals, what am I thinking? The only way you'll get black orbs is if you go to the lower level of the Pharos. I don't know. Wait, yeah, I do know why I was collecting black orbs. Yeah, that's starting to get annoying. Give me the damn black orb! Thank you! Oh, right, I was checking if they have any fake walls or something. And yes, I'm skipping that treasure chest because it's actually a mimic. I'm not taking my time on this. I'm just going through, getting whatever I need. Because after all, once I'm finished with the Pharos, it's pretty much Marks and Espers from here until the end of the game. Trying to get as prepared as humanly possible, that's all. Anyway, I have more than enough to finish this. So here's the second altar. If I go to the altar. Thank you! Well, there's the second altar. And of course, that means I only have one more left. And then we can fight the boss. I know the grinding seems senseless to you all, but if you can get black orbs at this time, pick them up. Otherwise, you'll miss out on them and they'll appear like in the subterra of the Pharos somewhere. Don't miss opportunities. The quicker you can get past the subterra, the better. However, you still have to traverse in the Subterra Penumbra in order to find the Phoenix. So, when I meant quicker the better, I meant for the Abyssal and the Umbra versions of levels of those. Yeah, levels. And I lost out on a black orb. Yeah, you literally have to go through a maze in hell and high water just to get the third one. Yeah, in short, you literally have to go around in circles, pass at the boss room, and backtrack. Whoa, pass at the boss room, get the altar of night, then backtrack. Which, in all honesty, is one of the reasons why I hate this dungeon. because some of the elements consist of backtracking. Looks at the third ascent. Yeah. I wouldn't want to backtrack to a dungeon I just beat. Or rather, I wouldn't want to backtrack into the entire area. Okay, why did I do that? There was no point. Anyway. The point is, this dungeon is just way too freaking long. Oh wait, it gets worse. I don't have the map. And I wanted to make a little correction on the map appearing in the Pharos. You see, when I was in Garavagan, I mentioned that the map was on the first ascent. What I meant to say, it was on the third ascent. And the only way you could get to the third ascent is if you get the map on the third ascent, sorry, is if you screw up the puzzle on the third ascent. And when you do, it's an area that has high encounters. Really, game, why would you do that? So technically, again, we'll have to make do, traverse, and make up the mini-map as we go along, especially in the second ascent because we don't have a map. And by the time you get the map, it's pretty much useless. I'm not going on rants and tangents here. There'll be plenty of time for that for the second ascent. And I got poisoned. I just can't win. I really just can't win. I may not be getting much views, but I just have one thing to ask of all of you. If you feel that if you feel my opinion of the Pharos or any of the stages I mentioned and thought were redundant is a little off, you can tell me. Post it in the comments. Give your output. Whatever you do, don't call me a troll. Because I'm just stating my opinion. The fact that the Pharos is pretty long and boring. And, well, we've got the third Altar of Night. It's time to face the second boss of the game. I meant of the stage. Not the game, because that's way at the beginning. So, now it's time for us to face the second boss of the Pharos in this boss rush. I'm going to tell you now, he's a familiar face. Yes. A familiar face that you haven't... Now, for those of you who've seen RVman LP Exhibition Episode 5, you'll know all too well. Oh, and this is what they're talking about earlier. Rend illusion. Cut the true path. Every boss Wait, those 3 bosses that I was referring to earlier, each one of them brings you into an illusion. So you'll have to pretty much beat them in order to get out of it. I wouldn't say every boss. Yeah, like I said, the 3 bosses that I was going to mention, well, 3 of those bosses in this boss rush would bring you to an illusion, and you gotta beat him in order to get rid of him. And as you can see, Pandemonium is the most annoying because you can mistake him for the rocks that are in this illusion. Oh yeah, folks. That's right. Pandemonium was one of the bosses you got to fight in Episode 5, in the Pharos, when you activated the Shadowseer hunt and met the conditions. And of course, you had to bring the Shadowseer to 70% health, but still. Pandemonium is one of the creatures you get to fight when you face the Shadowseer. Again, it didn't dawn on me I could have stole from Pandemonium. But I wanted to get through this as quickly as humanly possible. Basically, it's just like the fight with the Shadowseer, except there's no idiot spamming bad stats and invert and fear on your party. So basically, once Pandemonium is brought down to half, he will put a perfect defense barrier up. That means he can't put buffs on himself, but at the same time, that also means that you can't hurt him. So just wait it out and heal everyone. Put buffs on your characters, whatever. Without the Shadowseer causing you any problems, this is going to be a rather easy fight. In fact, as a matter of fact, all of the Shadowseer's minions are an easy fight without the Shadowseer. Yes, even Fenrir. And the only reason Fenrir will be easy is if you didn't choose to go without any of the other 3 possible... Wait, why am I spoiling this? I'm not on the second ascent yet. Let's just say, certain things you don't do that'll make the fight with Fenrir harder. Let's put it to you like that. Yeah, he'll stay like that for a while. And Pandemonium dropped his barrier. He's as good as dead now. Oh, and let me show you something. Neopolo has a bad habit of putting oil on characters. Yeah, fire doesn't work on Pandemonium. Only air does. So if you try to use... And I just basically showed you, if you try to use fire, it's not going to work. So with that said, Pandemonium is defeated! No! No, don't run into us! And he's dead. Two down. 6 more to go. Yay! So now that we beat the boss, the illusion will go away. And also, something else will happen as well. Well, we can't go anywhere further in this area, but you remember that waystone that we passed up? Well, it's now accessible, and it'll allow us to continue on further into the first ascent. Yay! Now, if we can only get through these things. Yeah, it's best I try to get through this as quickly as humanly possible. Oh, I wanted the shiny black orb thingy. Oh, I think... Wait. Let me rephrase what I just said about earlier. It's not after you beat Pandemonium that these things go away. It's pretty much after you beat the Pharos itself that the black orbs are no longer there. So it's best to collect as many as you can. And it's gone again. Damn it. Where are you going, damn it? Maybe I should have cut this. Maybe I should have cut this. Honestly, there's one thing I have to say about those Mistmares, though. If you go to the Subterra level, they're a pain in the ass. Just thought I'd bring that up. And yes, you will see the Subterra level because I have to go there in order to beat XII. And of course, you'll also see the Subterra area also, because I have to beat Phoenix as well, so, yeah. Well, looks like I missed out on the black ore. Damn it! You know what, screw it. Let's just get to the end of this board and get out of here. There's nothing else to do on this floor. So, with that, I'm going to end it here. It's time for us to save, because we've got a long trip ahead of us. This is Arborman 985. We will finish the first ascent in part 126. See you guys next.